Do you ever feel like you're the only one who struggles with a specific temptation? Like if others knew what you really thought, they'd be appalled. You know, the power of temptation is often the strongest when we're alone. We're most vulnerable when we're isolated. This can be especially destructive for pastors and ministry leaders who feel they can't be transparent with their struggles because of the role that they have in helping others. But 1 Corinthians 10:13 gives us hope. It says, "The temptations in your life are no different from what others experience." So you see, you're not alone. The temptations you face are common, although they just may not be talked about much. There's nothing special about your temptation, about your upbringing or circumstances that led you to struggle with a particular sin. Here are some common temptations. Notice that they all have some component of either physical, emotional, or psychological perceived benefit. That's the lure that pulls us in. Number 1, misuse of food. Food itself isn't bad, but the misuse of it is. When we're emotionally discouraged or upset, many of us tend to eat things that aren't really good for us. In fact, this tendency actually has a name that I'm sure you're familiar with: comfort food. We seek to feel better about our circumstances, so we look for comfort from our favorite foods. This is a common temptation in our culture today. Think about it. 50 years ago, did we have an obesity problem in America? We do now. Number 2, inappropriate sex. This is a wide open category ranging from things you do physically to things you just think about doing in your mind. The problem in our society is that it's everywhere. You've heard the term sex sells. It's true. You can't watch a football game anymore without a commercial telling you or trying to sell you various products or services and using sexual innuendo to get your attention. It creates the perception that everyone around you is chasing after their lusts and you should just join in. Look at the plots of most movies and television shows these days. Sex regularly plays a big role in the storylines. Our teenagers are under pressure to have sex before marriage. In fact, living together, which used to be taboo, is now perceived as a smart thing to do. They're just going to try out what marriage would be like so they'll know if they want to continue down that path. No, no, no. Also, adult sex outside of marriage is just as prevalent a problem as well. And have you noticed how common it's become to hear on the evening news about another teacher that's been arrested for sexual relations with a student? Folks, we have a real problem in our culture with temptations for inappropriate sex. Number 3, materialism and stuff. This is another one that is so prevalent in America today. We're always striving for more stuff. A new car, bigger home, latest technology. For some people, shopping is therapeutic. Do you have clothes in your closet with the tags still on them? Did you find yourself shopping sales because you might miss something you didn't even know you needed? Do you hoard things in your home that you haven't used in years because you might need them someday? Madison Avenue, or the advertising industry, broke the code on this many years ago. They essentially tell you today that your days aren't complete, cool, or current if you're not wearing, driving, eating, or drinking whatever it is they're trying to sell you. Number 4, alcohol and tobacco. Mostly overlooked in our country today, but it's probably one of the biggest problems that we still face as a society. Have you seen what happens over spring break these days? Alcohol is everywhere. Kids wanting to lose their minds. For what? Sometimes they make really stupid, life-changing decisions. And some parents even see it as a rite of passage, and it's okay to pay for their kids to go on these trips. We need to think about this. Number 5, legal and illegal drugs. Remember back in the 60s we had the war on drugs? We lost, and we're still losing that. We don't talk about it much anymore. The move to legalize some drugs has become more popular, and sadly, many people get hooked on prescription drugs like painkillers because of the addictive nature of them. What begins innocently in surgery, recovery, and rehab gradually can turn into a craving that changes the personality and drives the individual further and further into addiction. It can wreck their life, as well as the lives of those around them. Unfortunately, in my life, I know 3 or 4 people who have lost loved ones to some sort of drug addiction, including legal drugs. They're just as lethal. As a society, we're quick to run to the pharmacy to fix our problems. Pills for pain, pills for depression, pills for weight loss, you name it. We try to medicate our issues instead of addressing them. These are just the first 5 on our list, the temptations that most people would list as pretty common. Unfortunately, there's more. And tomorrow we'll take a look at 4 more temptations that might surprise you. What do you think will be on the list?